Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Meanwhile, friends, the letters you were supposed to send to the Prime Minister and the Supreme Court judge, very few letters have come. And if you'd like to really pursue justice for Sushant, saying and Dia and Jia and Janvi, I think you should just take it very seriously and send it to me. Uh, Otherwise, I don't think see there's point in complaining unless we start acting ourselves. Thank you very much. I'm joined by Jaydev in this session. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers once again.
Yeah. So let's start with the news. The first bit of news is that there are, the tale consists of two UPs. Akhilesh promises compensation to those killed fighting bulls, while Yogi controlled the stray cattle menace. The election campaign in Uttar Pradesh has taken a surreal turn, it seems, with Samajwadi Party making curious poll promises. Former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister and Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav has vowed to sweep away the bull and bulldozer from the state in the upcoming assembly election. He promised to pay an ex gratia payment of rupees 5 lakhs to the family of those killed by stray bulls. If a person dies in a bullfighting accident, rupees 5 lakh compensation will be given by SP government, he said. Akhilesh made the announcement of ex gratia payment in Unnao on Tuesday, December 28th, during his Vijay Rath Yatra, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was busy inaugurating the Kanpur Metro Rail project. Here also you will see when Modi ji continues to work and he just continues to just talk, through his hat. But records of Akhilesh Yadav and Yogi Adityanath suggest that the former did nothing to control a stray animal menace in UP, while Yogi systematically addressed this issue with long-term plans. The party has also officially announced this poll promise on the official Twitter handle of the party with an attractive portrait of Akhilesh Yadav. Samajwadi Party chief spokesperson Rajendra Chaudhary said the announcement was made based on feedbacks from common people about the problem they face, which they want Akhilesh Yadav to solve when he comes to power in 2022. This may be an important announcement, but it has triggered funny reactions of many people giving comic relief when the battle for power has intensified. Some netizens mischievously tagged Aam Aadmi Party MP and UP in charge Sanjay Singh. BJP's Dr. Richard Rajput asked whether the SP government will give rupees 5 lakh compensation to jilted lovers. Amazing, since childhood, I always wished to fight with the bull because apart from this, what else is there to do in life? But I was afraid who would look after my family if I die. With this announcement, Akhilesh has cleared my dilemma. As soon as the SP government comes to power, my fight with the bull is sure, a user Skin Doctor said. He further asked whether the scheme will be named as Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia Socialist Bullfight Scheme. People asked Akhilesh Yadav to focus on the real issues rather than seeking votes on the names of bulls. The UP government controlled bulls as well as bullies. In October, during the election campaign in Kanpur, Akhilesh lashed out at Chief Minister Yogi and said that after elections, both the Baba, Chief Minister, and his bull and bulldozer would be swept away. The bull and bulldozer remark referred to stray cattle seized by the government and the demolition of unauthorized properties. UP is not the only state in the country facing problems due to stray animals, but the government has been tackling the problem by catching and putting such animals in shelters. Yes, yes. See, this is all happening in the midst of a lot of black money stashed, in certain places, which indicates that it belongs to the Samajwad Party. So from where did all this money come? This is the first question that we should be asking Akhilesh Yadav. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, so coming to in Maharashtra, Shiv Sena seeks suspension of Nitishrani, and he made neo sounds like looking at Aditya Thackeray. Now, Suhas Kande, who's a Shiv Sena MLA, he raised a demand after the question hour. He said all the members in the assembly agree that any indecent behavior towards a member of assembly should not be allowed. Now, on December 27th, the Maharashtra Assembly was adjourned for a short span after members of Shiv Sena sought suspension of BJP MLA Nitishrani over inappropriate behavior towards Shiv Sena leader Aditya Thackeray. Now, it was alleged that Rana made meow sounds while looking at Thackeray while sitting in the Vidhan Sabha premises, and Thackeray was entering the building at that time. And a video has gone viral since where meow meow is chanted as Aditya Thackeray walked up the stairs. Now, Suhas Kande, Shiv Sena MLA, raised a demand after the question hour. He said all the members in the assembly agree that any indecent behavior towards a member of assembly should not be allowed. He added that Aditya Thackeray, being a dignified man, walked away ignoring Nitishrani. We will not tolerate the insult of our leader. Furthermore, he demanded an apology from Nitishrani in the house, adding that he should be suspended otherwise. Now, Sunil Prabhu, he's the Shiv Sena MLA. He supported Kande. Now, on the other hand, another Shiv Sena member, Bhaskar Jadhav, sought permanent suspension of Rane from the house. The chair has to suspend the house for 10 minutes as Shiv Sena leaders started raising slogans. Now, Nitesh Rane justified his behavior and while talking to the media, said that he would continue to do so. So, leader of opposition and former CM Devendra Fadnavis said Rane would be reprimanded for comments he made. However, he questioned why the members of the house should be suspended for something that had happened outside the house. Now, he said, we have clarified our position regarding Nitesh Rane for that the words uttered by him are wrong. No member of any party should do so, but we sense the government's game plan to suspend one more legislator. This is not the right in a democracy. Suspending a member for an incident that had happened outside the house is not right. He further added that Bhaskar Jadhav, who sought permanent suspension of Nitesh Rane, used to make noises when NCP leader Chaggan Bhujbal would enter the house. BJP leader Chandrakant Patil also questioned the demands made by Shiv Sena leaders. He emphasized the fact that Rana did not make any names. Why the issue about the incident, what happened outside, was being discussed in the house. This is what the latest in Nitesh Rane. And a funny thing, what I was looking at this piece of news, I sort of remember the Miss Universe contest where Miss India, who won the Miss Universe, Harna Sandhu, she was asked to make cat sounds like meow, if you remember. So I don't know why
And
Aditya
here,
Thackeray
in fact, Maya also makes an important.
found
Maya
it
also makes an
offensive. Yeah,
interesting
yeah,
comment.
yeah.
Nitish called AU meow must have hit AU very close to home, since meow is a street name for ecstasy drug. And what I found amusing is that since he's known as baby penguin, the sound should have been quite different from meow. It should have been more like chirp chirp. Okay. Moving on to Malegaon blast, witness claims that the ATS forced him to take names of Yogi Adityanath and RSS leaders. In a shocking twist in the 2008 Malegaon blast case, a witness on Tuesday claimed in a special NIA court that he was harassed by Maharashtra ATS, anti-terrorism squad, to take the names of Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and four RSS leaders Indresh Kumar, Diyodharji, Kakaji, and Swami Asimanand. When the ATS probed the 2008 Malegaon blast case, ex-Mumbai Police Commissioner was none other than Paramveer Singh, and he was its additional commissioner. The witness also claimed that no statement was recorded by the ATS. After deposition, the NIA court declared the witness hostile for making allegations against the Maharashtra ATS. Till now, 220 witnesses have been examined, of which 15 have turned hostile. I think in every case, Jaydev, where there is hanky-panky, Paramveer Singh's name is involved in every case. You look at Janvi Kukreja's case, every case, somehow this man gets into it because he was the police chief and he was being given instructions. Yeah. Moving on to the next piece of news.
Yeah. Now, coming to Kerala, a cop has been suspended for leaking sensitive information to SDPI, and BJP raised a concern over the SDPI's deep assets in Kerala police. And Kerala cop PK Anas had sent contact details, whereabouts, and other sensitive information related to RSS workers to the SDPI activists through WhatsApp. Now, Kerala police has suspended its officer PK Anas, who allegedly worked as a mole of the radical political Islamic outfit Social Democratic Party of India, which is the SDPI, and leaked sensitive information, including details of the RSS workers, to SDPI. Now, SDPI is the political front of the Islamic outfit Popular Front of India. Now, PK Anas is a civil police officer from the Karimanur police station. After his alleged connection with SDPI came to light, he was attached to Idukki District Police Headquarters. Now, Anas was suspended later on following an internal probe of Kerala police confirming he had entered into a criminal conspiracy with SDPI to share sensitive information, posing threat to the life of the individuals. Now, the cops linked with the SDPI came to light after some SDPI workers were arrested in an assault case. In Todapoya, 6 SDPI workers have dragged a KSRTC driver Madhusudan and assaulted him for posting communally sensitive messages on the Facebook. Madhusudan was attacked when he was traveling along with his children. He had allegedly shared a cartoon of the Prophet. When the Kerala police examined the mobile phones of the arrested SDPI activists in the case, it was found that one of the accused was in constant touch with Karimanur CPO PK Anas. So, VS Jitin Dev, who is the BJP secretary for Trivandrum zone, alleged that SDPI and PFI have raised deep assets in Kerala police, which is a matter of concern. There's a group in the Kerala police force called Pacha Velicham, which means green light for such activities. So back to you.
Yeah. So social media has been very busy, making cartoons and memes of Salman Khan and the snake. Now, Salman Khan says hospital, hospital, shouts were erupted after his snake bite. He was bitten by a non-venomous snake at his farmhouse in Panvel on Saturday night. Actor Salman Khan revealed that the snake which bit him for the third time following a commotion. This is what he told the media. He was bitten thrice by a non-venomous snake a day before his birthday, and he was treated at a hospital in Kamote, Navi Mumbai, from which he was discharged on Sunday morning. Speaking about how he tried to remove the snake from his farmhouse and ended up being bitten by the snake thrice, he said he picked up the snake with a lot of love and brought it out, and the snake wrapped itself on the stick and then it started climbing upwards. After the snake bit him twice, the local villagers gathered at the farmhouse and screamed, "Hospital, hospital," saying that I should be taken to a hospital quickly. There was so much commotion, the snake was a bit venomous and it bit me again. Said Salman. After the medical treatment for almost 6 hours, where the actor was administered with anti-venom and kept under observation, Salman Khan returned to his farmhouse on Sunday morning and celebrated his 56th birthday with his family and friends. During an interaction with the media after his discharge, he shared that the snake that had bit him survived the incident and has been taken safely back to the jungle. On Monday, media quoted Salman as saying, "When I came back, we let go of the snake. My sister got really scared, so I clicked a picture with the snake for her. Sam se dosti ho gayi, made friends with the snake. My dad asked me, ki kya hua? Sam zinda hai?" So I said, "Yes, tiger bhi zinda hai, Sam bhi zinda hai." Now here, friends, I'd like to tell you that there were two versions of this. Salman Khan's father and the doctor said the snake was non-venomous and that he was discharged immediately from the hospital. But Salman Khan said that it was a venomous snake. And initially, he never said it was three times. Now he's made it 3 times, So each time the story becomes so big that he becomes the hero, and sort of takes on the image of Samir Wankhede, and then the snake, which was perhaps, would have been a worm, becomes a, anaconda. That's how the situation is going as of now, Jaideep. Back to you.
No, so I would like to add my comments regarding this. First of all, he's trying to get some media attention, just
And
like
sympathy. Yeah,
yeah, and sympathy.
yeah.
So these two things are what I see as this incident is concerned. Like he, right now after the failure of Antim, which was his last film, right, in
It was his last film.
this year
Last.
or in his career, let's see. So after that, he's sort of trying to come back, like I mean, reclaim lost ground by making such incidents purposely, getting media attention and then getting sympathy. So this is how I see it actually, and there are a lot of comments. They let go snake who attacked, but not leave harmless humans.
Maya's come out with a nice one. Maya says the
Yeah.
non-venomous snake must have become poisoned after after biting the poisonous species. They let go the snake who attack, but not leave harmless humans. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Back to you, Jerry.
Now coming to Shehnaz Gill. Shehnaz Gill's father is Santokh Singh Sukh. Now, he was shot by two men in Amritsar. Now, according to media reports, the incident happened around 8:30 p.m. in the night when Shehnaz Gill's father, Santokh Singh Sukh, was coming back from an event in Amritsar district. And according to the report, the incident happened around 8:30 p.m. Now, the men were on a bike. He told the police that he stopped the car because he wanted to go to the washroom. Now, the two men stopped near his car and started firing at him. According to the report, four gunshots were fired at him and he escaped unhurt. Now, he had recently joined the BJP. The incident happened just before the state assembly elections 2022. Now, the police said in a statement following a probe, the matter was found to be suspicious and therefore further investigation was under progress. According to the police, there are several cases against Santokh Singh Sukh, and hence his police protection was withdrawn. So, what do you make of this
Yeah.
incident?
See, here's something I don't trust this guy because
Mm,
see, when Siddharth Shukla died, the first thing he did was he tried to protect his daughter because actually the daughter was with Siddharth Shukla, and he said that she is at a shooting and she'll be rushing to the scene, but actually she was. She gave another version saying that Siddharth Shukla died, in her lap. And see, perhaps he was sleeping with Siddharth. So that could have been one of the reasons why he was covering up. Being a father, he didn't want her to be exposed to any sort of, other interpretations. But that itself shows that the father lied, during a very, very big incident that happened. If at all, Siddharth was her boyfriend. Because with this also, I doubt, because now she's enjoying life as though nothing ever happened. And people are mocking her, for acting so dramatically when Siddharth Shukla died. So I don't trust the father or the daughter. Both seem to be very similar to Riya Chakravarti and her father. In fact, I think they are, like brothers and sisters. That it's that, suspicious, the whole thing.
So, do you think? I mean, I think it's again to gain attention and sympathy from people. Is
No,
it?
here in this case, I think there's a lot of hanky panky going on with this man. So it could be true. Like he could be into a lot of mess and disputes, and that could be the reason. Perhaps they are also involved in the underworld. So that could also be one of the reasons. Yeah. Now, a privilege notice has been given against Arnab and Kangana, and the period for submission of report has been extended. The Maharashtra Assembly on Tuesday extended the period of submission of report by the Privileges Committee on the notice of Shiv Sena MLA Pratak Sarnaik against television anchor Arnab Goswami of Republic and actor Kangana Ranaut till the last day of the legislator's next session. The proposal to this effect was moved in the Assembly by the chairman of the Privileges Committee, Deepak Kesarkar, and it was approved. Sarnaik filed a privilege notice against Goswami, editor in chief of Republic Network, and actor Kangana Ranaut on September 7th last year for breach of privilege and insult of Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray and others. Back to
Yeah, even now Arnab has gone soft on Bollywood. Is Is it because of pressure, or is it
Uh,
because of the cases which is against him
could be,
at court?
yes. There could be several reasons for that. We're not sure because at one point he did say that he was asked not to report about the SSR case.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Now, coming to the NCRT, NCRT is to cut the syllabus for 2022 to 2023. This will help ease the load for students amid COVID disruption. Now, academic sessions in schools have been disrupted many times the last 2 years because of COVID-19, with continuous school closures and unavailability of online resources for many students. The NCRT has decided to lighten the syllabus load for students, and academic sessions in schools have been disrupted many times in the last 2 years because of COVID 19, with continuous school closures and unavailability of online resources for many students. Now, in accordance with the National Education Policy 2020, the Council is already working on revamping the curriculum as part of the National Curriculum Framework, the NCF. Now, the NCF gives a broad outline for the text and course material to be taught in schools, both private and public across the country. Now, since the NCF is larger exercise and will take some time to be finalized, sources in the NCRT said experts are working on reducing the load for the next year in the interim. Now, on 15 December, NCRT Director in charge Sridhar Srivastava wrote to all the department heads to come up with a report on syllabus reduction. The department heads were expected to submit their report by Tuesday, making suggestions on what all can be excluded from the syllabus for the upcoming academic session. Now, confirming the development to media, Srivastava said the council will release more details once the expert suggestions have been studied. Meanwhile, the books based on the NCF are expected to be introduced from the academic session 2023 to 24. While Srivastava refused to comment on the kind of deductions in the syllabus, sources said the experts are looking at axing topics that have been repeated either in the same class or different levels. When a syllabus reduction exercise is undertaken, we mostly look at doing away with repetitive topics and topics that have been explained in a lengthier format than they are actually meant to be. Now, a similar effort was undertaken by the CBSE in 2020 towards beginning of the pandemic in India, when the board rationalized syllabus for class 9 to 12 students. So this is a very good move for students. Like they have
Yes.
lightened the load
Yeah.
because as
This is what
you
Jasna
know,
is also saying. This is a good decision for students.
and because they are already facing sort of mental sort of issues, like when they are stuck at home all the time and they
Yeah.
not go to school and play with their friends.
Yeah, absolutely. In the case of Mother Teresa's charity accounts, her charity accounts have been frozen, not frozen. The Home Ministry, in a recent statement, clarified that the bank accounts of Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity have not been frozen. The government said that they did not freeze the bank accounts of Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity and reiterated that the charity wrote to the State Bank of India asking for the accounts to be suspended, according to reports. MHA did not freeze any accounts of Missionaries of Charity. State Bank of India is informed that Missionaries of Charity itself sent a request to SBI to freeze its accounts, a government statement read. The Home Ministry on Monday said that the government did not freeze the accounts of Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity and reiterated that the charity itself wrote to the State Bank of India asking for the accounts to be suspended, according to reports. Earlier today, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's tweet triggered a controversy after she said that the bank accounts of Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity have been suspended at the behest of the central government, which would leave 22,000 patients and people without any treatment and food. The news was confirmed by Banerjee, who said, shocked to hear that on Christmas, Union Ministry froze all bank accounts of Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity in India. The 22,000 patients and employees have been left without food and medicine. While the law is paramount, humanitarian efforts must not be compromised. The government statement further stated that it refused to renew the organization's FCRA or Foreign Contribution Regulation Act license on December 25th after it was alerted on certain adverse inputs. The statement read, in consideration of these inputs on record, the renewal of application of Missionaries of Charity was not approved. The FCRA registration of Missionaries of Charity was valid up to December 31st, 2021. According to a report by ABP, officials of the charity in Kolkata said they were aware of the order but refused to comment on the matter. So this is how they distort facts, and opposition try to, play on wrong information. And this is what people believe because most of the media show this kind of nonsense. Yeah, back to you, Jim.
Yeah, so coming to the film Atrangi Re, it stars Akshay Kumar, Sara Ali Khan, and Dhanush, and it released digitally on 24th December. Now, many of the netizens have taken to Twitter, and mainly because of the Hindu phobia plot. From calling a ban on the film to questioning why Bollywood films have such content, and so bashing Akshay Kumar, Sara Ali Khan, and Dhanush's Atrangi Re with the hashtag boycott Atrangi Re. One user wrote, Bollywood वालों को हिंदू easy target लगाते हैं और हम भी कुछ नहीं कहते. Another one tweeted, why in Bollywood a well-respected Suryavanshi family girl had to fall for a puncture wala street magician Sajjad and not the other way around. A third netizen bashed the film and हिंदुओं के देश में हिंदू देवी देवताओं का अपमान बिल्कुल बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा. Now, when a fifth added, we should not allow anyone to play with our national sentiments and religious sentiments. Let us show these bastards the power of common man. Now, bashing Atrangi Re even further, they want to market the movie in Pakistan and they know that Hindu phobic content won't stop Hindus from watching it. So keep the cake and eat it too. Wala funda hai unka. We need to start boycotting Uli, then they will come back on track. Atrangi Re has a scene which mocks Lord Shivaji and Lord Hanumanji. What is Bollywood's problem with Hinduism exactly? Why the compulsive need to insert something Hindu phobic into every movie? This industry needs to be boycotted permanently out of business. And I agree with all the tweets here. Like, you cannot, we should not tolerate any Hindu phobic content in Bollywood.
And they do this purposely because they want to see how
They are on
much
an agenda,
Hindus will
yes.
tolerate. If they ever did it with any other religion, their heads would be cut off. So that's very straight. Yeah. Now the ED charge sheet names of Anil Deshmukh and his two sons. The ED on Wednesday filed a supplementary prosecution complaint against former Home Minister of Maharashtra, Anil Deshmukh, in a money laundering and corruption case. Deshmukh was arrested by the central agency on November 1st after being questioned for 12 hours. He was sent to ED custody till November 6th and is currently lodged at Arthur Road Jail. The 7,000-page charge sheet is submitted before a special Prevention of Money Laundering Act court. The agency has contended that the Deshmukh family has controlled activities of 27 dummy companies, shell companies, based in Delhi and used the money to donate 4.18 crores to Mr. Deshmukh's trust, Sai Shikshan Sanstha. There are statements by bar owners and managers that reveal the dismissed police officer Sachin Waze, currently lodged at Taloja Central Jail, collected money from them. And Mr. Waze, in his statement, said he was getting direct instructions from Mr. Deshmukh to do so. Waze had said he was told to collect 3 lakhs per month from various bars and restaurants and that he handed over 4.70 crores from December 2020 to February 2021 to personal assistant Kundan Shinde on behalf of Mr. Deshmukh. On August 23, 2021, ED submitted its charge sheet against Mr. Shinde, Mr. Deshmukh, and the latter's private secretary, Sanjeev Palande. It contained Mr. Palande's statement admitting that Deshmukh had a role in transfer posting of police officers, especially the posting of IPS officers. The case dates back to March 2021, wherein former Mumbai Police Commissioner Paramveer Singh wrote a letter to the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray alleging Mr. Deshmukh of abusing his position and powers to seek illegal monetary benefits. The latter alleged instances of Deshmukh directing Gwaze and others to collect 100 crores from bars and restaurants over a month. Soon thereafter, the High Court directed a preliminary inquiry to be held against Mr. Deshmukh by the CBI. The ED then stepped in and began conducting a probe into allegations of money laundering against Deshmukh. On April 21st, an FIR was registered against Deshmukh under Section 120B of the Indian Penal Code and Section 7, where a public servant taking gratification other than legal remuneration in respect of the official act of the Prevention of Corruption Act. Back to you.
Yeah, coming to the IT department, the income tax department, and now they have relaxed the time till February 2022 for all the taxpayers to complete the verification of the uh, tax returns. So, taxpayers who have not e-verified their income tax returns for 2019 to 2020 fiscal year can complete the verification process by February 28, 2022, as the Income Tax Department has given a one-time relaxation to SSEs. Now, as per law, an income tax return filed electronically without a digital signature has to be verified electronically through Aadhaar OTP or net banking or code sent through Demat account, a pre-validated bank account and ATM within 120 days of filing the return. Alternatively, taxpayers can send a physical copy of the income tax return filed to the centralized processing center office. If the verification process, which is done through the ITR-V form, is not complete, then it is considered that the return has not been filed. The Central Board of Direct Taxes, in a circular dated December 28, said a large number of electronically filed ITRs for the assessment year 2020 to 2021 still remain pending with the Income Tax Department for a want of receipt of a valid ITR-V form at CPC or a pending e-verification from the taxpayers concerned. In respect of all the ITRs for the assessment year 2020 to 2021, which is fiscal year 2019 to 2020, which were uploaded electronically by the taxpayers within the time allowed and which have remained incomplete due to non-submission of ITR-V form, the board hereby permits verification of such returns either by sending a duly signed physical copy of ITR-V to CPC through speed post or through EVC OTP modes. Such verification process must be completed by February 28, 2022, and this relaxation shall not apply in those cases where during the intervening period IT department has already taken recourse to any other measure for ensuring filing of tax returns by the taxpayer concerned after declaring that the return has not been filed. Now, AMRG and Associates senior partner Rajat Mohan said non-compliant taxpayers would get ample time to come clean and complete the verification process, enabling the tax department to process the returns. However, such non-compliant taxpayers will not be compensated for interest for the intervening period under Section 244A, as the reasons for delay are attributable to the taxpayer himself. So the IT return period has been relaxed to February 28.
Yeah. Okay. In an interesting piece of news by Bollywood Hangama, it is said that the movie 83 is likely to run into losses in crores. Ranveer Singh is to forego a pending fee for 83. The underperformance at the box office of the Kabir Khan directorial 83 has shocked the film industry, none more so than the producers, which includes Deepika Padukone of this lavish project. The costly film now stands to lose a major amount that runs into crores. Now, see here, I'd like to tell you, friends, Ranveer was the actor who made fun of Sushant Singh in one of the ads. We can never forget that. You remember? And he was the fun who and Deepika Padukone, as you know, is into all this scene on the Mal scene, which she says is mere cigarettes, but she was pulled up by the NCB. So we know there's something more to it. And also the fact that, see, when you look at another case where a man, a top leader, lies with problems to his spine, don't forget the fact that Sushant Singh's spine was broken, his leg was broken, and his hand was broken. Okay, that's the second. And the third thing, when the footpath guy gets bitten by a snake, it's a reminder that it could have been a poisonous snake. So he has to be warned. Whether it is sympathy or not, these three signs have shown a lot of what happened and what is happening, because this is Kali Yuga, and everything happens in this life itself. So we're going to see a lot more, even including what the meow meow is also going to do. So back to you, Jaydev.
Yeah, that's all the news from my side.
Yeah, okay. There has been a crime in Mumbai where a man was shot inside a bank in Dahisar. The attackers fled with rupees 2.5 lakhs. The two unidentified accused entered the premises and tried to snatch a cash bag from an employee, Sandesh Gomare, an official said. An employee died after two robbers entered a nationalized bank in the Dahisar West in the northern tip of Mumbai and fired a round on Wednesday afternoon, the police said. The two unidentified accused entered the premises and tried to snatch a cash bag from employee Sandesh Gomare, an official said. Attackers allegedly shot him in the chest and fled with rupees 2.5 lakhs, said the police sources. In another case, in Karnataka, a 17-year-old girl was gang raped by a friend and others for 3 months. 6 were taken into custody. The Karnataka police have taken 6 boys into custody for the gang rape of the 17-year-old girl after they blackmailed her of making her private video viral in Dharwad district. The preliminary inquiries have revealed that the girl was gang raped for over 3 months by the accused. The parents of the girl have lodged a complaint with Shahar police station in Dharwad on Sunday in this regard. After taking the boys into custody, they were sent into a remand home where they are being questioned. According to the police, the victim was in love with one of the accused minors. When she was in a private moment with him, the other boys recorded the video. Later, they blackmailed the girl that they should and told her that they would make the video viral. The accused continuously gang raped her and also shared the video, which went viral among their contacts. So this is another case of love jihad, and this is the kind of modus operandi they use, to attack young girls, young gullible girls who see these movies and think that it's all about love. Yeah. So that's all the news for today, friends. So we'll just take some of your comments and also leave the line open in case you'd like to join us. Before we continue, Jerry, with the comments, I'd like to say one more thing. See, while watching, The Lion of the Arabian Sea, which was, touted as one of the most expensive movies. Let me tell you one thing. I'm also doing a review of it shortly. See, this movie has taken, has been into, the making for quite some time, because there are certain actors who are there who have already, passed away. And so, I'll just add Shashi as well. One second. Welcome, Shashi.
Welcome,
Hello,
Shashi.
good evening, Jai Bharat. How are you?
Hi, hey.
Imran?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah.
I'm
So,
good,
Shashi, I
Jai.
was just speaking about The Lion of the Arabian Sea and how it's touted to be the most expensive movie. It was, lying, in the background till they decided now to launch it, because there were a lot of people who were saying that they had distorted our history, and they tried to glorify, Marakyar, who's actually not so good a person. And also the fact that, see, what I noticed in this movie, of course, I'll be doing a detailed review of this, viewers, but one thing I noticed is that, in Kerala, there is an organization called AMMA, AMMA. So this is an association of all the film fraternity. And they are a very biased society. And if you remember, when an actor called Dilip was involved in the molestation of a young actress, Bhavna, in a moving car, he was protected. by this very same fraternity. And the only few people who stood against them was a few actors like Prithviraj, who stood with the actress. But anyway,
Mm.
that case got hushed, and I don't know whether Dilip has, is still being questioned. I am not aware of it. But why I'm coming back to this fact is that when Laila said was talking about nepo kids, you'll be
Mhm.
surprised that in this movie, everybody's child is there. The director Priyadarshan's daughter is there. Mohanlal's son is there. And there is, I think, Ivy Shashi's son is involved in the technical team. And then you have all the people from Amma, the group, in the movie. It's like, see, putting everybody together and making a hodgepodge of it. And then another very important thing is, if all of you have seen top Hollywood movies like the Pirates of the Caribbean,
Mhm.
Braveheart, Passion of Christ, you will see that scenes have been literally lifted from there and put in this. And it is absolutely, you feel ashamed that a director like Priyadarshan, who's quite well known, has done
Yeah.
this. So, yeah, yes, Shashi, back to you.
So yeah, I think means I think I was listening to the news reports that you have presented.
Yeah,
So I think Atrangi Re was one, and then about
yeah,
Anil Desh.
absolutely. Yeah,
So so I think means from a public's perspective, I think a lot of good things are happening. Yeah, of course, 83 is a big disaster.
yeah,
So yeah, means I think yeah we are going in the right way, and Anil Deshmukh's yeah, charge sheet also has been filed by ED now.
yeah,
And it's not just 27 companies in Delhi. I believe it's in many other states like Karnataka and other places, in West
yes,
Bengal and stuff. So yeah, and his two sons have also been named in the charge sheet.
yeah,
So I was thinking that okay, maybe if a home minister, ex-home minister, has been charge sheeted, yeah, in SSR's case, I think now I think we can still hope that okay, whoever are the culprits, be it high-profile politicians, whoever are in the ruling parties, I think charge sheets will happen. Is what I take it as because yeah, means yeah, Anil Deshmukh, yeah, let's be honest, he was part of the ruling party,
absolutely.
MVA, and yeah, even his godfather could not save him from going to jail.
Yeah,
And now with this charge sheet, I think a big Pandora's box will be opened.
yeah,
And I think BMC elections also yeah, around the corner. I don't know if it'll be rescheduled to March or something from Jan.
yeah,
But yes, still it won't be. Yeah, 3 months is not a very long time, I would say. And
yeah,
SSR's case, even if yeah, CBI is not charge sheeted, even then it'll still be a hot topic.
yeah,
And I think yeah, soon after that, yeah, things will start progressing.
yeah, absolutely.
So I think we should take heart from that fact, and then
Yeah,
we continue to keep the pressure on because yeah, along with SSR, a lot many other people have lost their lives.
yeah,
And yeah, I was watching a few other channels where they have been Disha and
yes,
Preksha Mehta, yeah, Manmeet Grewal, and so many others who have been
yes,
eliminated in one way or the other. Yeah, they were all being discussed.
yeah,
So SSR was the most well known, yes, but yeah, even those people deserve justice.
absolutely.
So I think yeah, means it's a huge loss for India simply because of the number of intellectuals you have lost by way of those who are in power. So I think it's a very strong message, which we said because yeah, I personally don't like Ranveer Singh as an actor, and I don't know if his IQ is very heavy also or not.
Yeah,
From looking at the way he dresses himself, the way he behaves, and all that, in any forum, if you take him, I don't know if he really knows how to yeah, follow the
behave.
protocols and all that. And so that's the way. I don't think
In
we
fact,
deserve.
Shashi, you'll be
Mm,
surprised that I was watching one of the videos where he's so desperate that he's approached Prithviraj, in Kerala, and Prithviraj is acting as the anchor and questioning Ranveer on his latest movie. He's so desperate to get an audience because the movie is doing so badly, and the people that they used to make fun of, the South Indian actors, now they're seeking their help and they're piggybacking on their backs, to get some
mhm.
attention for their movies.
See, Miss, going by what I've heard of him, I think he lives in a world of dreams most often. Yeah, so where he looks at to himself as a hero or whatever, and he might be seeing a lot of people follow him and all that in that world, but
Yeah,
in the real world, unfortunately, it's not the case.
yeah,
And yeah, Miss. See, I think my take is that okay, the public has totally boycotted Bollywood,
Yeah,
not because okay they don't like to see this actor or that actor, but yeah, they don't want to sponsor any more anti-national activities like
yeah,
terrorism, child trafficking, drug trafficking. So they don't want to be part of that as such. See, if I am spending even 10 rupees from my pocket, I will
yeah,
try to make sure that okay, it is being used for a welfare activity, not for
yes,
something like okay, even if I means if a young man of say 30 years comes and if he comes begging to me, I will never give him even 10 rupees or 1 rupee
yeah,
also.
yeah,
Instead, if he wants, I will give him a decent meal. I will say, okay, let me take you to a hotel and get
yeah,
you a meal because at least your stomach will be filled. But if you take even my 1 rupee or 10 rupees and if you collect a lot of money like that and then go and use it for drugs and all that, I don't want my money to be spent like that.
yeah,
So that is where I would yeah look at it. So I think public has realized that okay, lot of anti-national activities are happening through Bollywood, and that is why they are also yeah means we know who is a mafia, who is behind all this. So he is utilizing Bollywood, he is utilizing cricket teams like all the IPL and everything is being used for the for his advantage and against India. I think this is where we have to come together. And I
absolutely.
go by means what Gaurav Pradhan sir has said that okay, we should boycott Bollywood. If you can't boycott it, at least for 2 years, don't watch any movie, don't watch any cricket
Yeah.
match, and even news
So,
media we
so
should
here,
boycott.
Shashi,
That's the,
what you said is so
yeah.
right because see what this boycott has, is having its effects, and
Yes.
people are now so worried. You look at the Salman Khan; he looks
Mm.
like he's aged about 15 years, older than what he looks, and they all look like as if they're all on drinks. So probably they're
Yeah,
not, but they're all worried.
very much, very much. Because yeah, without public money, you can't do anything at all.
Yeah,
So that is where I think it is really pinching them a lot now.
yeah,
And see, to be honest, I don't think see Karan Johar is shoot. I hear movies that are being shot by Karan Johar and all that.
yeah,
They should stop moving those movies because it's a sure shot disaster.
yeah,
Shah Rukh Khan is going and shooting for Pathan in some foreign country, spending crores of whatever. Oh,
yeah,
I don't know why.
yeah,
Because yeah, obviously the returns will not be there. If they are really, really good businessmen,
yeah.
they should not even be looking at shooting. Rather than they should be at least. I don't know. I don't think they will support, but yeah, they should simply give up and go to what because yeah, they have so much of money that they can spend. Maybe I think another 7 generations or whatever. But yeah, they should stop wasting all this money and then see what else is to be done. Because yeah, I don't think public is going to forgive them so easily.
Yeah.
And yeah, they should just stop doing that. And yeah, that's my take, Meenaji.
Yeah.
So
So, Uma, welcome.
Welcome.
Very nice to see you back.
You're,
You're on
you're
mute.
mute.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening, and to you and to Jaydev. A pleasure to
Welcome.
be here.
Good evening.
And again, fabulous work by both of you. And any amount of praise for you, Binaji, is less, right?
Thank you.
So I actually wanted
It's all
to.
teamwork, Uma. It's
No,
so
I
much of
wanted to tell you this because I've been watching all the other episodes, and it takes a lot of guts to bring certain issues that you've been bringing and to speak the way that you have been. And I think you're a crusader, no doubt about it.
so
Yeah.
nice.
I just wanted to talk about one or two things. I think first thing is, given the number of things that are happening in India right now, okay,
Yeah.
there is a MBA mess that we are seeing every day. Then there is so much happening in UP now.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today, this whole Piyush Jain. I mean, I can't imagine
Yes,
what
absolutely.
nonsense this is.
Just look
That
at the
tunnel, gold
amount.
tunnel, and I
Oh,
mean, I can't
terrible.
imagine what is happening there. I mean, if you look at it from the other side, Pakistan, okay, but the China issue, so many issues engulfed our country.
Yeah.
And despite that, I have to compliment the agencies for doing their work on the matters that are happening. You know, this Anil Deshmukh cannot be taken very lightly. It's a very
No,
big
no.
step that has been taken.
Yes. Yeah.
And I want to really compliment the government for keeping the eye on the ball as far as this
Yeah.
issue is concerned. We are privy to very little, but there must be
Yeah.
so much more that is going on, which we are
Yeah.
not privy to. And I think, we need to have faith. We need to have patience, though it
Yeah.
seems very difficult because the matter is emotional to all of us about Sushant and everybody else who's gone that way. But I think, I really want to compliment the agencies for the work that they're doing. And if CBI has not spoken, well, we can draw a lot of conjectures from it, but I think there must be a good reason why they happen, because at least I have faith in this government that something will happen. It won't be, brushed under the carpet so blatantly, as much as I can tell.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I'm shocked to see the kind of things that are coming up with the UP elections happening.
Yes.
It is like, where do you want the government to concentrate? There's so many things coming all around the place. But I think even the worst of critics are now beginning to understand the effort that is going on to make things happen over there.
Yeah.
And as far as MBA is concerned, like we've said earlier, I think it's decaying, like rotting like hell. And I think this is a very smart move in a way, though it seems a little long. But this is like completely uprooting the system.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, the players in MBA are very powerful.
Yes.
And they have been at it for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So to simply confront them with one or two, smaller things would never have, erased them from the bottom of the pit. So I think this is a very smart move. And I think we have to support the way they're trying to tackle a very difficult situation, I would say.
Yeah. See, another very important thing, Uma and Shashi, is that, we all know that Uddhav Thackeray is bedridden, okay, because of the operation. And yet they're not allowing, a change to happen. They're scared.
Absolutely.
So this itself shows how weak they are. And every day looking at the number of crimes happening in Mumbai, it's, I really wonder how people live in Mumbai, because they have absolutely no support.
Absolutely. So I'm just thinking that, you're safe as long as nothing has happened to you. And possibly that's the reason why a lot of people just brush aside a lot of things that happen to them, because they know their fate if they go to the law machinery and other places. It takes so much of time, money, everything.
I don't know, Uma, whether you watched our program yesterday when Jia Khan's mother and Janvi's mother, you saw the way they were so dejected. I mean, the kind of, unhappiness that they are experiencing.
And for somebody like them who still have a lot of muscle and money, I would say, what happens to the ordinary people, it's impossible to imagine. So this drug menace and everything must be forced on people literally, and they cannot do anything. They're so helpless in some stage, I would say, if this is happening.
In fact, what you said, Uma, about, the kind of things that were found in Piyush Jain's home. See, there's another, breaking news that the people, when they went for, this raid in Sukesh, isn't his name Sukesh, the guy who gave gifts to people?
Chandrasekhar.
Chandrasekhar, yes.
Yeah. So they went into his house, and you won't believe it. There's gold here and cutlass, and the whole house is decorated like a king's empire. And this man is sitting in jail. And what he does is he makes certain people, carry the money, and then he, indulges in all this luxury while sitting in the jail. And nobody has pulled up the jail authorities for this. It's amazing the way they work.
No, absolutely. 1 crore of rupees being given so blatantly and openly. This is absolutely, unimaginable, right? The way we have, is this a machinery working?
Exactly.
I think it's complete breakdown. Sometimes I feel God is just, kind on this country in many ways. Otherwise, we can't imagine this. And the other one, Meenaji, I wanted to tell is, no matter how much muscle the Bollywood tries to show, I think they are rattled to the core now.
Yes, absolutely.
Each and every one of them are rattled to the core. They are not taking things for granted anymore. They are trying to make up for what has happened. They are learning the qualities of, civility, I would say, to some extent. Of course, it's very difficult for them, but still. But they are rattled to the core. This is going to be the defining years, 2020, 21, 22, as far as the history of Bollywood is concerned. It's going to change everything. Absolutely. And for me, I think it's a great thing to happen. And I can imagine when Amit Shah and others have decided to take action, they must have studied the rot that is there inside. Yes. And that's how they've gotten to it. And so this rot can't be cleaned within a short time, no? I have to tell all the friends, we have to have patience because it's so deeply, ingrained. Tentacles have been spread. It won't be easy. But I think the work has started. And now that is the best thing for us to happen, I would say. Yeah.
Very brilliantly said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uma,
I would like to add one point is that now all the Bollywood people they are rushing to the South Indian film industry and they're trying to cash in on the South Indian film star popularity. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
whether it's
absolutely.
Rajamouli,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Uma, another thing, Shashi and Uma, Jaidev. See, another point I wanted to make out is, see, I want the viewers to understand one thing very clearly. All the marriages that are happening in Bollywood are not marriages. They are all contractual marriages. And what they
Contracts.
do is
Yes.
they just bring two people, who listen to them, who follow the rules of the cabal, and get them to, get married. And then whatever they do later will be according to the rules of the cabal. So now the latest couple who have fallen into this trap are, Siddharth and, the girl who acted in this movie. What's her name? The latest girl, Jaidev. I don't recall her name.
Kiara Advani.
Yeah, Kiara. Yeah, Kiara.
Oh,
So now,
Siddharth Malhotra.
yeah. So now Siddharth and they've shown that they are, together. Now they're going to some place, most probably Maldives, for their holiday, which is all sponsored, and then they'll come back and then they'll have a very grand wedding, like Katrina and Kaushal, to show that, see, everything is hunky dory, in Bollywood. But when you look at Vicky Kaushal's father's face, that's something terribly wrong. They didn't. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think they even attended the wedding. They were very upset about it. And then if you
Yeah.
look at Siddharth Shukla's mother's face, she looks like she's horrified. So there are a lot of things that are happening in Bollywood, but they can't speak about because of the kind of blackmail and terror that exists there.
No, absolutely. This is going on from 93 after the blast. They have suddenly developed a lot of muscle, and it's completely gone the other way as far as lawfulness is concerned. Yes, there was Haji Mustan. Yes, there were other people, but
Yeah.
it wasn't so deep rooted
exactly.
even then. But I think money coming in from anti-national elements has actually changed the game as far as Bollywood is concerned.
Yes.
And sometimes I feel maybe a lot of them are under pressure. But then I'm saying that what kind of a life is that? If you're going to be always under pressure and do something, why can't you just get out? Why are you so obsessed with that glamour? Just get out if you don't like it.
And
people who in the past, there's some heroes who came in that Ashiki movie and all, very good guys, but they did not toe the line.
No.
They went into oblivion, but they're happy people, I think, at the end. Is it glamour and success at any cost?
Yeah.
At the cost of your country? I don't know. I really think it's too bad. So
That's right.
I really wanted to share this, ma'am.
No,
And
brilliant points, Uma. And also, I would like all of you viewers to come here and share your thoughts. I mean, the way Uma has encapsulated all her points. I mean, I'd like to hear from all of you because the more we participate, the more we reveal to viewers who have no idea what's going on. And the more aware you are, the more the more steps you take, to boycott Bollywood and to make them understand that we cannot take this nonsense.
Totally agree with you and with you in this, ma'am.
Yeah, Shashi?
Just one good news on this Sukesh Chandrasekhar. So, on the jail authorities, 8 have been suspended. 8 jail authorities have been suspended, and 15 are under the scanner. So, action has been taken. So, I think it's a good news from that perspective.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
But
Great.
why does it
Thanks
take
for
so long? Shashi, I know what you're saying. It's good news now because they've been found out. Okay.
Yes.
What happened all these years? How many people have suffered because of that? And even let me tell you that, see, when Aryan Khan was in jail, I'm sure, there would have been a back entry to his house to get him his favorite burgers and everything else, So don't think these people suffer in jail at all.
Yeah. Just like Sukesh, they will also be having all these
Right. Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to log
Thank
off
you,
from
Ma.
here and listen to the rest of it. Thanks, Jaydev. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same
Bye-bye.
here. Thank you. I will also take care of this. Thank you.
Okay, Shashi. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you.
Okay, so just let's look at some of the comments. Contractual marriages, now we understand, Meenaji. What a dirty life those Bollywoodians live. No meaning. See, here, Gloria, one thing we have to understand is that suddenly they have these huge houses, and the kind of luxury that you can't imagine. And in even in Sukesh's house, Versace seems a very important element. Now, the luxury brand Versace should be checked because this girl called Uma, isn't it, Jaideep, in Dubai? Uma, the item dancer, she also Urvashi, sorry, Urvashi
Urvashi
Rathena.
Rathena.
Yeah, she lives in a house which is completely designed by Versace. So I really think that Versace also needs to be checked on what are the dealings with these people, and why are they furnishing their homes? It's like this one brand is there everywhere. Yeah, Karthik just looked at Vicky and Kat after they return from the so-called honeymoon. They don't look like a couple at all. Exactly. Especially Vicky was uncomfortable and clumsy. Kat was seasoned in her pretense. Here also, Karthik, see, this is exactly what we've all been discussing. See, Vicky comes from a very middle class family and with values, and Katrina comes from England, where she's a mix of two different castes, and she's like the ideal kind of girl that Salman Khan would like for a girlfriend. So, if you were actually Vicky Kaushal, you would think, how did this girl get along with Salman? And then, okay, if she got along so well with Salman and other people like Ranbir, and others, how come she gels with me? So these are questions. But then again, this is not a natural marriage. This is a marriage fixed by the underworld for their own convenience. Maya says, all of them don't seem to have a jail life since they're always well groomed, including AD, Vaze, who always have uh, even their pen properly placed, like their hair, sun. Yes, yes, absolutely. And going to the gym. These are the things that are more important. When a reporter asks them something, they say, no, I don't have the time. And most probably it's just going to the gym. Uma ma'am really made perfect points. Yes. Thank you, Rex. You should also join us, Rex, because the way you also comment on many topics, very intelligent comments, and something that all our viewers would like to listen to. You, Karthik, Gloria, many of you. I mean, all of Nisha and so many, Lena. I wish you to all come and join us, because see, this is not a session for only news. It's also a session for you to share your thoughts. And I know all of you feel strongly about so many things. And it's important to discuss it because sometimes, as I told Uma, many of the viewers don't know. Many of them have been educated slowly through especially after the SSR death. So it's very important to be aware and to share these thoughts with others. So thank you, Rex, for that. Vicky's parents don't seem happy. The smile seemed forced. See, Rush, here, very importantly, this is the same kind of look that I found on Siddharth Shukla's mother's face. Apparently, she's under a lot of duress, and she's being forced to keep silent. She and his sister. So there are lots of things that are happening. If you're looking at Disha's mother, you remember in the interview, the way the mother behaved. See, so it's very sad, the whole thing that's happening in Bollywood, and I hope things get clear fast. Shobha says, the cabal also destroyed Anu Agarwal, yes, through the accident. Rahul Roy, Shaini Ahuja, Mahima Chowdhury, yes. Rex, all satanically connected cabals and groups operating in India for really damaging India from within. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like I would like to quote General Bipin Rawat with regards to Rex's comment that India is facing a 2.5 war front, that is 2.5 war front, and half of that the enemies are in India, within India.
Yeah. Yes.
That we have to be careful of.
Absolutely. And also, Shobha says the cabal also destroyed. Yes, we did that. Shobha says we will have song sessions. Yes, indeed, Shobha. Please join. Nice point from you. Okay, let's look at. Karthik says, especially Anu Agarwal suffered a lot for being bold about her decisions, and her career was destroyed by the cabal. This is very similar, Karthik, to what happened to Parveen Babi. She was also very similar to Anu Agarwal. Rex says, Vicky Kaushal's father's face looked very surprising when I saw it on his wedding. Yes. People who have got out from the industry are lucky. Anuj, I still don't believe the marriage of Katrina and Vicky Kaushal. This wedding is not real, fake marriage. And the more we understand it, Anuj, the better for us because we have to make other youngsters understand that Bollywood is not the best industry to get into. If you've got the talent, try to get into some other field because this will not only destroy you, but it will destroy your family and, see the kind of, menace that is spreading. Rush. Yes, ma'am, we'll be a part of your panel to express our views. So, yes, very important because Rush, I know I've been watching your tweets as well. Very interesting. And it's important that you convey your comments through, this source. And it also helps, educate people. Shobha says, sure, we'll sing SSR movies. Welcome, Shobha. Madam, students are really feeling the trauma of not being able to attend regular school and missing their friends' company. Absolutely. So my maid was telling me that our son's college is starting tomorrow. So I felt I saw a huge relief in her face because they've all been hounded by their children for special food and things like that. So it's very good. Yeah, Jasna, even parents are having a hard time with homework. Yes. Maya says, Gill and her father appear more to like being in the news than anything else. I may be biased. You're not, Maya. It's very true. They want to be in the news. They want money. They want glamour, and they are cashing in on poor Siddharth Shukla's dead body. As such, I'm not surprised with the controversy about Atrangi Re. Dhanush has been favoring anti Hindu propaganda for quite some time. People of the North may not know his true antecedents. Karthik, it's not only Dhanush, it's also Surya's wife, Jyotika. It's also Surya. These are all top actors in Chennai. And they are all spreading the wrong message. And that's why when I see the film, though I like Surya for his action, I stop seeing their films because I'm not going to, help propagate a movie that is against us. So, what you said is so true.
Yeah, and Karthik, Dhanush's father-in-law Rajnikant, he's a huge follower of Babaji, Mahavatar Babaji, of which he made a film, and it's quite ironic that his son-in-law is completely anti-Hindu.
Yeah, absolutely. Karthik also says singer Suchitra from Tamil films had accused many southern celebrities, including Dhanush, for sexual intimidation and assault. Oh, is it? I didn't know about this. Back in 2017, the case was hushed up by her then husband, calling her weird. Strange. Yeah. Ninja Warrior says if 83, the film, can fall at box office, guys, it definitely means the public is the boss. Boycott Bollywood. This is a very important statement. Please, friends, don't take it lightly. Boycott Bollywood is something you need to do, at least for the conscience of SSR, Disha, Janvi, Jia, all the people who've been killed in the process. We need to give them some peace. They were all victims of this. Slowly but steadily, Bombay Bollywood movement is working. Yes. I'm very glad because I can see the pain on the top actors' faces. Nedumudi Venu, yes, he was in this movie as well. He passed away. He was a very good actor, very a good person as well. Apurva, still feel Deshmukh is not the ultimate kingpin. Yes. He had to run out of his creativity. Why ape Hollywood movies when you cannot do it? Yes. We're talking about the Lion of the Arabian Sea. Ranveer is a clown. For attention, he'll do anything. Just look at his clothes. Absolutely. He dresses and he thinks. I don't know whether it's Deepika who's making him do all that. I always feel that he's wearing Deepika's clothes. So he should be, called as Deepika or something. It just
And also, Karthik, one more thing is that there was a controversial scene where Ranveer was seen of what appears to be kissing Kapil Dev on his lips, and that was a big sort of
yeah,
talking
here.
point.
See, when you said that,
Yeah,
Jerry, a very important message is that, see, these people, they use important
sports
personalities
players.
like Kapil
Yes,
Dev, or they use army officers to try to push their movie. Because many of us like Kapil Dev, for his character more than his cricket skills. And when you see someone with him, we respect them. But here we have this clown standing with him. And again, same thing with Siddharth, when they had this movie with Kiara, the army movie, and regarding Batra's life, same thing. People in the ministry help them get attention by inviting the army officers and the people related to the movie to tell us that they respect Karan Johar's movies. We don't care a damn about Karan Johar or his movies. In fact, Karan Johar is the biggest, I would say, like a virus. What has he done in the industry? And he's still doing it. Now, another point I'd like to make here, friends, also is that, see, I don't know, many of you, perhaps the earlier generation, we used to live on Archie comics. I remember, evenings after school would be spent reading Archie comics. Now, you have Farhan Akhtar's sister, Zoya Akhtar, is going to Indianize the Desi version of Archie comics. Anything that has, a beautiful memory in our minds is killed by these people. And then they'll have, someone like Janvi Kapoor and her sister acting in it. And they will kill whatever memories we have. This is the kind of, crap that they do. They don't have any original stuff. They don't have any original stories. They just thrive on copies, plagiarism, So, friends, so that's all for today. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, Mohit Bhartiya will be joining with us with a lot of scoops. So I'm sure you'll find it very interesting. Do join us. Same time tomorrow. Good night.
good night.